you. Well, in our other big story today, the University of Utah Police Department giving an update on a story we first told you about last night about an alleged stalker. We've got team coverage for you, Mike Hedrick and Garna Mejia, both live at the University of Utah. We begin with Mike. All right, Mike, what's the latest here?
Yeah, Ashley, University of Utah police alerting students about a suspected stalker here on campus. Police say the man has been involved in at least 4 incidents at this point. News specialist Garna Mejia live for us with the latest. Garna, have they made any arrest right now?
Mike, it's interesting that you asked that question. We just received word about 5 minutes ago from the Salt Lake District Attorney's Office that they have now filed charges against our 34-year-old suspect, and more charges may be coming. That means that there's also an arrest warrant out for him. Now, this has all been part of the work that the University of Utah police have been doing to bring a case together against this 34-year-old man. This all started on September 4th. Salt Lake City police are investigating an incident where Oluwatobi Shokunbi, also known as King Rocky, entered the apartment of 3 off-campus female students. 10 days later, one of these women saw him again. This time, he followed her into the dorms of Callert Village, and that's when University of Utah police got involved. They removed him from campus, told him he couldn't come back, but he returned on Tuesday. Campus police then arrested him, booked him for trespassing, a Class B misdemeanor. After his release from jail, they sent out that campus-wide alert yesterday.
He hasn't acted physically on anybody yet, but he does have that verbal threat towards somebody. So we take that very seriously, and we don't want to wait for him to do that. That's why the trespass is in place. He committed that crime on our campus. He cannot be here.
Now, you just heard from campus police about a verbal threat. Police also suspect that King Rocky threatened a woman at the University of Utah hospital. Right now, they want students to be vigilant. If you see him, you're asked to contact police immediately. Students have also had increased security here on campus. And with this arrest warrant, we know that they're going to be moving very, very quickly. Police are to make that arrest. Now, there's more details in that arrest, those court documents that have been filed, so I'll bring you that information coming up at 5. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, looking forward to that as you break it down. Garna, thank you. All right, so taking a look at overall crime.
Up next on Live at 5.
University of Utah police issuing a safety warning to students about an alleged stalker visiting campus. They're also building a case against that person. We'll bring you the latest in their investigation.
Utah students here. Campus police and Salt Lake City police looking into his alleged behavior here. News specialist Garna Mejia join us now live with some late-breaking developments. And Garna, I understand charges were in fact just filed against this 34-year-old.
Yeah, Mike, we've been seeing a lot of movement in this case in the last few hours. About an hour ago, the first set of charges dropped. We've just now received a second set of charges. Now, prosecutors allege that this man, 34-year-old Oluwatobi Shokunbi, has been stalking a University of Utah student. He figured out where she lived, figured out her name, and then he's involved in a second case where he entered a woman's apartment and later exposed himself. Now, in the first case, Shokunbi is charged with stalking that University of Utah student. On September 4th, he broke into her house and he was confronted by her roommate. September 11th, he approached the victim at a track station. Then on September 14th, he got into the dorms here at Callert Village, where he found the woman working on a class project. University of Utah police have that very active campus alert out now.
We're currently working with the district attorney's office to get those charges processed. Once they are and those are filed, and if we have a warrant to go get him, then we will go find him.
Now, in that second case against Shokunbi, he is facing charges for lewdness and criminal trespassing. That incident happened on September 7th when he allegedly broke into a woman's apartment and told her he was, quote, looking for a beautiful lady. Then it sounds like Shokunbi went to the apartment building's community room where he exposed himself to a man. The Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office has been working really tirelessly to get all of the pieces connected in this case to build a strong case against him. And in a statement today, District Attorney Sim Gill said that the sensitive nature of the cases and stalking behavior are of grave concern. Now, tonight we do know that they have that active arrest warrant out for Shokunbi. Students here on campus encouraged, if you see him, call police immediately. Now, they believe that more charges may still be coming because we know that our suspect is also involved in a third incident at the University of Utah Hospital where he threatened a woman. So it's something that we're going to continue tracking. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, those allegations are disturbing. Garna, thank you very much. Also happening tonight.
KSL News at 6 starts now.
Good evening. A warning tonight for students at the University of Utah on campus after a recent incident of a man stalking students.
Filing formal charges just a few hours ago against a 34-year-old man. And as they work to find him, campus and Salt Lake City police are warning everyone up here to keep an eye out. University of Utah police have been working right now to build a case against 32-year-old Oluwatobi Shokunbi, also known as King Rocky. Investigators say he has stalked a student and figured out where she lives exactly. He's also facing charges in a second case where he broke into a woman's apartment and exposed himself. He was arrested Tuesday and released. Campus police say he has also threatened a woman at the University of Utah Hospital.
He hasn't acted physically on anybody yet, but he does have that verbal threat towards somebody. So we take that very seriously, and we don't want to wait for him to do that. That's why the trespass is in place. He committed that crime on our campus. He cannot be here.
There is a warrant out for his arrest, and officials say more charges are coming. In the meantime, campus police are urging everyone to be on the lookout. If you are in immediate danger, police say call 911. Students who feel unsafe can also request a security escort. You can do so through the Safe Ride program here on campus. University of Utah officials just releasing their annual security and safety report. The numbers are eye-catching, with rape reports increasing nearly 6 times higher than some of the previous years. News specialist Brittany Tate joins us live right now from the U of U campus along with me. And Brittany, university officials say the numbers were greatly affected by one violent relationship.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Mike. In fact, we are told by campus police that these reported rape rates, they went up from 30 reported rapes, which were in 2022, to 175 the following year. We're also told that a majority of those 175 rapes were reported by one person.
One individual came in and reported the 150 rapes, which then is also classified within dating violence. And that's where the spike comes from.
This victim survivor told police the rapes occurred over a 7-month period, ending in 2022. The survivor is a student, the perpetrator not a student, and the abuse happened on campus. This student reported an almost daily pattern of non-consensual sex with their ex-partner.
And that the most dangerous time for a victim to leave is when they're leaving.
Campus safety records report the alleged perpetrator stalked the student, following them into campus housing.
We have this image of rape being something that happens when someone jumps out of the bushes at you. It's much more likely to happen in personal relationships.
The survivor reported being threatened physically, sometimes with a gun.
This victim's experience was each of these 150 times was non-consensual, coerced, manipulated, negotiated. Was not free to say no and leave.
And so rather than hiding or demeaning this eyesore statistic, U of U officials say it's critically important this campus rape spike is documented.
This is validating for the victim's experience. Each of these were individual sexual assaults.
Officials hope students recognize toxic relationships and feel empowered to come forward and report abuse. Back here live at the University of Utah. Now, this student chose to not pursue any criminal action, which means that no charges are pending. University officials tell me that that makes it more challenging to hold this perpetrator accountable throughout Salt Lake Valley. Now, if indeed you are in an abusive relationship or you know somebody who is, there is help. I am going to post information with hotline information and resource helps on this story on our website at KSL-TV.com. Back to you.
Yeah, those numbers just with one person, unbelievable, and it's disturbing. All right, Brittany, thanks for shining a light on that. University of Utah offers free medical exam. 4th of July events.
An arrest warrant has now been issued for a man accused of stalking students at the University of Utah campus. We first told you about this last night when the U issued a safety alert. Investigators say he's stalking female students and even broke into one woman's apartment and exposed himself. Today, prosecutors officially charged the suspect. Campus police are urging everyone to be on the lookout until they have him in custody. University of Utah officials just released their annual security and safety report. The numbers are eye-catching, with on-campus rapes jumping from 30 in 2022 to 175 the following year. But it's important to point out that they say 150 of those reports were from one victim.
We have this image of rape being something that happens when someone jumps out of the bushes at you. It's much more likely to happen in personal relationships.
The victim says these assaults happened almost daily for 7 months with the ex-partner, and reports being threatened physically, sometimes with a gun. The victim declined to file charges.
So as soon as somebody comes in and reports a crime or they're a victim survivor of a crime, they're immediately surrounded by resources and handed multiple opportunities, whether it be on or off campus, to connect with them.
Officials hope this story will help students recognize and report abuse in their own relationships. There are resources available on campus for any students experiencing sexual violence. The university offers free medical exams for survivors at their medical emergency department. They also offer free counseling and support. And there's also a sexual assault statewide helpline that you can call 24/7. The number's there on your screen. And of course, you can report the crime also by reaching out to your local police department.
Man in Utah County has been arrested for threatening